my channel. It's me, Taylor, and I know it's been a minute since I've been on here, but I'm gonna try to get back into it. I'm gonna try. I'm sorry in advance if today's video is all over the place. I feel like I'm trying to do a million things at once right now, but today's video is a review video on the brand new Makeupamurder burner phone palette. So let's get into it. So this is the outside packaging of the palette, excuse me. It's super fun and colorful, gives you a bunch of information on the side. You have the ingredients, their Instagram handle, their email, cruelty-free, all of that on the outside package. To get to the palette on the inside, you just take the top off like so, and there is the palette on the inside. You just plop it out. Here is the packaging. Looks just like a phone, has a little camera, dead battery on the back, a headphone jack, a battery pack, a charger port. It is so cute. It really does look like a little phone, like from the 2000s or something. Very, very cute packaging. By the way, I know my brows look insane. Just ignore that. They'll look better as we go on. So to see the inside of the palette, you plop it open like this. Here is a mirror. You can see my ring light and everything. Has a little surveillance, what does it say? Surveillance camera in use. Right there. So cute. A really nice sized mirror. I can really see my whole face in it, so that's good. And here is the color reveal. By the way, it flips back, all the way back like this, comfortably. It feels very sturdy and not like it's gonna break or bust at all. But yeah, here's the inside of the palette, the colors, very fun. It looks swatched because I already have swatched it, and we will do hand swatches, but just know, like I say all the time, hand swatches aren't really a great way to see how the eyeshadows perform, but it's just a nice general idea of what the colors will look like on your skin. So that is why I do the hand swatches, to give you a general idea of what the shades look like on my skin tone. But you won't really know how well they perform until we use them on the eyes. But yeah, this is the palette. By the way, sorry if I'm not looking into the camera a lot. I have a really hard time with that. I get distracted super easily. But yeah, this palette retails for $39. There are 16 shades. I mean, I think that's a pretty good deal. We'll find out here in a minute when I start actually using the palette and see how it performs. But so far, I've been very impressed with Makeupamurder's products, so I do have high hopes for this. I'm going to be trying to recreate this look right here. I'll have it pinned in the video here at some point. But it is the look that the CEO of Makeupamurder did when she kind of did the palette reveal on her page. I think it looks super stunning, and I think it's a good way to see how not only the neutrals but a little bit more of the brighter shades perform as well, and it seems like a simple enough look to recreate. So let's get into it. Sorry I'm so awkward. I just have such bad social anxiety. Even over the camera I get really nervous, so I apologize. But we're going to be using concealer as our base. That's just how I've been doing it as of lately. I'm just using Cover FX Power Play Concealer. This is the shade N Fair 1, in case you are wondering. And if I'm looking this way, it's because my mirror is this way. So just gonna apply that on her eyes, and I just buff it out with this Real Techniques brush. So in the picture, it looks like she has OMG all over her lid. So that's just how I'm gonna start. I'm using this kind of like flat shader brush. This one's from Sephora. Just going to dip into this OMG shade. A little bit of kickback in the palette. Don't know if you can see that. Not a ton though, so. Let's see. Okay. Pretty decent pigmentation right off the bat. Let's see if there's any fallout. Very minimal fallout, honestly. This is a really beautiful like chocolate brown. I'm gonna bring it up into the crease just a little bit. And you can get kind of messy with this. It's a smoky eye, so you know. Okay, next shade it looks like she used to really blend that out was the shade Thanks. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use the Morphe JS6 to do that. Just dip in there. Again, a little bit of kickback, not a ton, but a little bit. I'm going to use the mirror that's on the palette. I think that'll be a little bit easier for me. Just going to go right in the crease with it. Seems decently pigmented. Easy to work with. I feel like the dark shade, the OMG shade, is actually blending out pretty decent. I feel like I may have blended it up a little too far, but that's okay. Now I'm not exactly sure how she did this, but I'm just gonna mix I Know Right and Nevermind together and blend this out even further and make it even more sunsetty and pretty. And I'm gonna be using the Morphe JS12 brush to do that. So we're just gonna mix them together. Again, a little bit of kickback, not a lot. Going over the edges. Okay, so now it's really like a matter of just packing and blending until I get the desired pigmentation. But I'm gonna take a more flat, dense brush. This one's from Wet n Wild, and I'm just gonna go back into that OMG shade just to see if we can really deepen it up, because in her picture, her brown was super deep, and this is the deepest brown in this palette. So yes, okay, yeah. You just kind of go in with a little bit of a denser brush. It'll pack it on a little bit tighter, get it a little bit deeper. So that's just what we're gonna do, building it up till it's as deep as we like. Okay, same thing. I'm just gonna pack on more of that bright kind of orangey shade, the I Know Right shade, just blending it out even more. Just making sure everything's super blended and vibrant. So far, everything's blending and packing on really nicely. Nothing's getting super muddy or patchy or sticking weird or anything like that. Granted, I haven't really gotten into too many of the pastel shades or brighter shades, but I mean, this one's kind of a brighter shade and it's blending out just fine. And it's packing on just fine as well. You do need to build them a little bit, but they build nicely, so that's good. So just getting a more up close shot so you guys can see. It's pretty smooth and pretty blended. Nothing super patchy or muddy or anything like that, which I appreciate. Yeah, so I'm gonna continue on with the rest of my face and then we'll come back and finish the eyes together. Okay, so now that I got the rest of my face on, we're gonna continue on the lower lash line. It's gonna be really simple. I'm gonna mainly use this Morphe JS13, but I'll probably go into the other brushes I used before to blend out. But we're first just gonna take the OMG shade and run this along our lower lash line. That's nice. And then we'll just take that Morphe, what is this again? The JS12. And we're just gonna, I'm gonna mix Thanks and I Know Right. And we're just gonna buff the edges of that. Kind of just make it match the top. And I kind of got it everywhere in the inner corner, so be very, very careful. Make sure to definitely dust some off because I just kind of made a huge mess on my face, but that's okay. Just taking the Morphe M513 to really further buff it out. It has no extra product on it, so it's just gonna buff the edges, oh my god, buff the edges and make it look really faint and smoky. Really pretty. I kind of want to be extra, and I'm gonna kind of like really blow this out here, and I'm using that same JS13, or wait, no, sorry, JS12, and kind of mixing a little bit of I Know Right and Thanks, just a little bit, because these are very pigmented as we've seen. And I'm just gonna kind of take it even further down. I'm gonna get really grungy, really messy with it actually. Okay, so here is the finished look. I know it's not as good as hers. She is such a professional, so amazing at what she does, so beautiful. But I decided to finish it off with the Makeupamurder Evidence Marker Lashes in style 7.5. The packaging is so cute. I really like them. This lash though over here doesn't have as much green as this one. It's like missing a little bit, it looks like, so they don't look completely even, but I think they're stunning, and especially just like with this like neutral kind of sunset smoky eye, I really like the combination of them. I definitely need to trim them as well. The band is a little bit too long on both ends, but the lashes are really sick. But my final thoughts on the palette, so far so good. A little bit of kick up, a little bit of fallout, but it's nothing that you can't manage in my opinion. I love the packaging, I love the color story. The mirror is really nice to do your makeup in. They are super smooth and easy to blend, which is mainly what I look for in an eyeshadow. When things get really muddy and patchy and hard to blend, that's when I start to get really irritated. I'm sure you guys know the struggle as well. These are super smooth and easy to blend. My only one problem, I would say, is that you do need to build them up a little bit. They're not extremely pigmented right off the bat, but I still think that is very manageable. I don't think that's a huge issue. They blend amazingly, so I don't really mind having to pack on more color. Plus it allows me to manipulate it the way I want it to be anyways, and leaves less room for mistakes in my opinion when it's a little bit less pigmented, so nothing wrong with that. But yeah, overall I would say I'd probably give this palette like a 9.5, 10 out of 10. It honestly is really, really awesome, and I love the color story. So fun. And Makeupamurder is just an amazing brand to support in my opinion. Y'all really need to check them out if you haven't. They have so many amazing quality, really fun products, and they're pretty affordable for the most part, at least for the quality you're getting. In my opinion, it's very affordable. But yeah, I hope you guys liked and enjoyed. I'm sorry that it's kind of all over the place. I'm trying to get back into my groove, but please like and subscribe. Follow all of my platforms, my Instagram, my TikTok, all that. I'll have it down below, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.